say I'm a Facebook group marketing specialist. I've been basically I've
Okay, we
done.
go live already.
Huh?
Yeah, on live already.
Okay, awesome. I mean, are people in right now or?
Hold on, huh? Okay.
All right, so we're live on Facebook. All right, do you want me to just do it? Dive right in.
Yep. Hi guys. Hello
Hey
everybody.
everyone.
Hello.
Where can I see their questions?
Okay. Uh,
Will I
I'm
just go into the
setting
group?
I'm setting up something. Hold on. Give me a minute.
No worries. I'll just go ahead and introduce myself.
Okay, everybody. Yeah, while we wait for you to come in, maybe Connor can introduce himself to the group.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Connor Bell. First of all, I just want to start off by saying, thanking Mimi for allowing me to come speak to you. I'm eternally grateful for that. And thank you so much for your patience. I apologize for last time, but I'm pumped to be here now. Let's go ahead and pause like for a second and appreciate the fact that we can all communicate together, that I can speak to you today. A lot of us take that for granted these days. So I just want us to pause and be grateful and appreciative that we can connect, because it's huge. We haven't been able to do this for very long. So yeah.
That's great.
And a little bit on my background. So I currently run a sorry about that. Currently run a Facebook group marketing agency. I have a small team. Have a couple of really good people in the Philippines that are helping me, and we're basically building a system to help groups monetize, to help them boost their engagement, their lead generation, and we primarily help them with that through content marketing, chatbot, messenger marketing, and just making sure they're getting the right people in the group, optimizing everything in their group to make sure they're speaking to the right people, and then we throw in some Facebook ads in there if they want to pay for some ads to get them subscribed to the chatbot, because and collecting those emails. So we have a strategy that goes into it, and that's what we help our clients with. Basically, I've been mentored by. I'm still personally mentored by the Facebook group guru himself, Arnie Giske. If you know that name, there are many people out there that are experts in how to monetize Facebook groups. He and Andrew Crozy, they both have programs where they help Facebook groups optimize their launches, get the most out of their launches. I think one of the last launches he did with a client was their partnership program, helped someone get 6 figures in a week. Obviously, that depends on like the size of the product, or what the product or service is. But all right, so Mimi, can I? Is there a way for me to see what they're commenting on?
Yeah, you can actually open the Facebook itself on another tab, and then hold on.
Okay. All right, everyone, make sure that you comment below. Like we want to get this out to as many people as possible. Those who didn't plan on attending, didn't know anything about it, maybe it'll pop up in their face. So we want to comment below. Let me know where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from, in the comment section below. Okay. Also hit the heart button as much as you can. We want to get this out and help as many people as we can. So
yeah, if you could share this, please
and
do.
comment. Yeah, that's good. And comment for your question. So I'm gonna kind of jump into just like my planned presentation, and I'll be asking you questions as we go. Let me know if I'm cutting in or out. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay.
Okay. So basically, guys, I know Connor through the MET group. He actually helped me edit and audit my Facebook group. So his expertise in Facebook group management. So now, how we're gonna monetize in Facebook group? Connie gonna talk a little bit about how you can actually leverage on your Facebook group to build your brands and your community. Okay, we can start now. Connie, can you hear me?
Okay, I think I'm losing you a little bit, but can you hear me fine? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm not getting choppy or anything.
No.
Okay, awesome. All right, so yeah, I'm sorry.
As I was saying, maybe some of them are not online now because currently we are in the Ramadan week. So at this time, most of the guys and ladies are actually in their prayers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to postpone till later, we can. If you want to postpone till later,
Okay, it's okay.
we can. I didn't. Everyone said this time would work for them. So
Yeah, Badana. I do have. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I took some questions before coming in. Like maybe you can start off a little bit for some introduction about Facebook group.
okay, all right. Do you just want them to catch the replay?
Yeah, they will eventually come in. So yeah, because I think it's already like 10 minutes. Just keep it going as time goes by, people will keep coming in.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I just wanted to start with the question, like why Facebook groups? If you think about like any great leader or entrepreneur throughout history, even in today's society, they would honestly be nothing right without their loyal followers, their fans, their clients, their students, their customers, all that good stuff. Whatever they teach, whatever they provide wouldn't be valuable. It's like everything is valuable with an audience. You yourself are extremely valuable with an audience that you're serving. So, and Facebook groups, like they're a very unique asset. They become a huge asset for business owners in particular. Just it gives them, of course, a chance to connect with their people on an intimate level, like no other platform. And I think we can all agree on that. They pretty much become the next forums, and everyone, Facebook, like Zuckerberg, they're all centering their attention, getting people into groups. That's honestly a big reason why people are still on Facebook. So it's a place to nurture them. It's a place to, if you get these ideal clientele, these ideal people who are interested in what you have to say in one space, then I mean, we all know, like, the buyer, if you're trying to sell a product or service, we all know the buyer's journey can be a long one. In any industry, it can be extremely long, and when done authentically, ethically, consistently, speaking the right message to them, in this intimate setting, then like those loyal members all come back begging for you to release your next product or service. It becomes very easy. You don't have to jump in people's faces and constantly be on the hunt to sell whatever you're selling. So yeah, before I go further, I want to know, so I go in the right direction with this. Who already, like, do you guys already have a product, or whoever, I don't know if anyone's on yet, but I'm going to keep asking this for people who jump on. I want to know if you already have a proven offer, or service, product, service that you're selling, because again,
Okay,
that determines a lot.
I some questions previously because the timing was good. But there was a questions. There's this bakery. Yeah, he have a Facebook group actually with a lot of members who are interested in bakery. So how can he monetize through that group, or how can he make use of that bakery group
And
to expand his branding and products?
you said bakery.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean you. Sorry, one second. Yeah, I mean you essentially you're saying how can he just like get people to engage, or how can he? You're saying how can he monetize it?
Yeah, how to because he really have a pool of members, you see, in the bakery. It's just that it's been silently dead on the Facebook group, or maybe he's not really posting it actively. So how to maybe
Okay, so
how to revive back, or perhaps start
so
uh,
this
engaging in that group.
so this is an actual business, like a brick and mortar bakery that he owns.
A pastry bakery, a restaurant, pastry bakery. Is
Ooh,
it?
yum.
Yeah, there's
I,
Syed Omar. Can you Syed, can you pose a question about your bakery shop, that the bakery Facebook group that you asked me? Syed, Syed, can you pose the question?
does he also have I mean, is he trying to sell something in particular? Or does he have a website? Does he already sell things through a website?
He does sell his own products, the pastry, sorry, the cookies. If I, cookies pastry, if I'm not wrong. But I don't think he have an official website or something, but he did sell on his page. But he do have that bakery group.
Okay, so he basically
Yeah, he just
he just sells locally, or does he like ship stuff out?
locally. Currently, I think locally in Malaysia,
Okay,
Southeast.
okay.
Yeah, okay. Then Camila is saying, I want to know how to create engaging content on a Facebook group.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to address the first question for the bakery real quick. I mean you can essentially like because I've offered like growing groups for local businesses, and yeah, I mean the biggest two things are basically using your community as a place for them to constantly check in and know when you are holding events, when you're doing certain promotions, certain discounts. It's the in the group you can make these promos and give them incentive to come back on a weekly basis. Um, Again, it's just another intimate way for them to get to know you. And obviously, when they come to the bakery, they see you, but everyone's so super busy that they don't really know your background, your story. You can get on there and tell your story a little bit more, history behind it, and so people can emotionally connect better with your business. Um, Again, do a lot of posts with like the bakery aesthetics. Like do a lot of posts of the actual food, because if people are part of the group and they see that, they're gonna again like especially if they've already had your food, they're just that picture is just gonna want them to come back. And as well as videos, video and audio are huge. If you can incorporate video and audio into your content, that also answers the engagement question as well. Video and audio are what the algorithm loves, and that's how you're gonna. That's
Like
one
what we
big.
are doing right now, live training on this Facebook group, exactly the kind of engagement that you're trying to build on your own Facebook group.
Yep. And constantly ask for feedback, guys. Constantly ask like right now. If you Right now, if you're tuning in live, let us know below. Like you just want to consistently ask throughout your live streams for them to comment below so you can reach more people. And even before before you even get on a live stream, you want to hype it up as much as possible. You want to create an event. A lot of people don't utilize the events tab in their group. You want to create an event, do an attractive branded graphic and let people know that it's going to happen. If you don't have a chat bot, you want to get people subscribed on your chat bot. If you have an email list, you want to send a hype post on the email list as well, in addition to the broadcast on your chat bot. It's a lot easier to set up a chat bot than you think, guys. But it's just another way to get. Yes.
I have a question. So, okay, I understand for the chatbot, it's only available for Facebook pages, not for Facebook group. Am I right to say that?
Yes, it's set up through the Facebook page. But people who are in your group, you can say, like, if you don't want everyone who subscribed on your chatbot to get your broadcast, then you can easily like set out a broadcast that's like, hey guys, if you're like, because if there's a certain person you want in your Facebook group, a certain audience, like right now I have a client who wants business owners and not freelancers in his group, so I'm gonna help him segment tag them as business owners, and then I'm gonna separate those in the bot, and then basically refer them to the group, and I'll only send out broadcasts to those particular people who are tagged as business owners. So that's how you can separate, just anyone from the people who you want in your group and sending out broadcasts to them. So so it all like stems from your Facebook page, not from your Facebook group, but you still can plant your opt-in link to your chatbot in your group. So that answers that question, but
okay, got it.
All right.
I think the basic is that, okay, most people here don't really understand like why now Facebook group is quite important. Like you mentioned just now, Facebook is transiting from being so public and now trying to be more private and intimate to the community itself as it grows. So maybe a little bit on what is coming up for Facebook group in terms of Facebook, the algorithm changing in Facebook, and we have a question from Camila. I booked a venue on the 20th of July to cater to a parenting event. Didn't get enough responses for the amount of money spent on Facebook advert. Do you have any suggestion on how I could proceed with a profitable event and earn back the money I spent to promote the previous event? Okay. Do you want to tackle this question?
Yeah. Okay. So for the event, and just being able to get more people to show up for the event.
Wait, Camila, where are you advertising your event at?
Is she? I'm guessing she's. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a bit choppy.
I'm sorry.
A bit choppy.
Okay. Yeah. No. As far as events, I haven't really. I've only been to events. I haven't really. Again, I'm not gonna say I'm an expert at getting people to events, getting people in seats, but it's just like if you're doing a launch for a Facebook group. You have to become omnipresent. You have to become consistent. You have to get people incentive to come. A lot of people who are hosting their first event, they give away a lot of free seats just to get butts in the seats. So like that's the biggest thing. Like the first time you're having a group, the first time you're doing an event, your biggest thing is just getting people in the seats, and then if you have footage of that, once you record that, you're like, boom, like people are showing up and listening to what I want to say, or whoever is speaking at that event. once you have actual footage of that, then the next time you promote it, you'll have more authority in the eyes of other people, and they'll consistently be showing up for your future events. So that again, so that's the same thing with any course.
It's a bit choppy. I'm losing the connection. I'm so sorry. Sorry guys, there's a little bit of misconnection. Okay. Okay, I think the most main questions that people have been asking for this live chat is basically how do you monetize Facebook?
Yeah. I have. Yeah. No, I'll go specifically on that from now on, because that's why we're here. So, so again, where like I'm not sure where everyone is right now. It all depends on, like, I'm going to speak specifically to people who are either online coaches or consultants, or because there are obviously many ways. There are many ways you can do it, whether you're in real estate, e-com, whether you're selling like physical products with e-commerce, whether you're promoting a software, a SaaS product, whether you're trying to recruit for MLMs, whether you have a brick and mortar again. So those are not, more non-traditional ways that people are using groups. Like most people who are using groups are those who are online, or just online coaches, influencers, and they're just trying to build an audience. But those are just some other subcategories that I just named. And yeah, so you want to start, like, you always have to start with, is like, am I speaking to the right people? Is my message clear and congruent across all platforms? You can't monetize if you're not speaking to the right people who know you have the solution to their problem. So I'm sorry.
Correct.
Right. So and you want to base your messaging off three things. Or like identifying your ideal group member persona, with what Andrew Crozier, I love his philosophy, is called the purpose triangle, and it's basically based off of one, someone you can make the biggest impact with. Again, these are the people you want in your group. Someone you can make the biggest impact with, someone you love working with the most, whether that's a newbie, whether that's intermediate, or advanced, when it comes to, like, if you're serving business owners. So segment them in that regard. And then 3 is someone that can actually pay you. So pay you what you're worth. What that exceeds, that matches, the value you're providing to them.
So the highlight is that the audience that should be in the group would be people that potentially will become your client in the long-term run, but they are members first in your group.
Yeah, it all depends on, it all starts with whatever you're offering. So like if you already have a product or service that's proven that you're already selling in some other respect on some other platform, or then your job is simply to get the right person in your group and start nurturing them. If you're starting from scratch, if you have no idea who you want to serve, what problem you want to solve for people, then it's
market research.
You should, you should start, like, if you have a skill, you just want to teach a skill, then you can still open a Facebook group and just start teaching that skill. But as far as monetization, you need to hone in on exactly what problem you're solving for these people. And groups are great because it's a way that you can get constant feedback from your members, and finding out exactly what pain points they're experiencing in their lives or in their business. And you can then this relationship you can use to craft whatever solution you are gonna craft for this person, and then ultimately offer it to them. So going back, yeah, you just want to be completely clear on what problem you're solving, uh, and how joining your community is going to solve that problem and achieve the desired result that they want, the desired outcome. So this needs to be the core of your group and your group content. Like it's super important. I can't stress enough. This is the foundation. You have to get this right. If again, you have to get this right. If you already have a proven product or service, but if you're figuring it out, it's okay. Just get your group up on what they need, what they want, and give it to them. So,
Okay.
is everyone still with me?
Okay, Camila have a great question whereby she said, okay, just now you tackle the question on how to invite the right audience by actually, okay, basically guys, if you want the right audience, you first have to build your own traffic. Okay, how I build traffic into this group is mainly because I have content. I have content that can pull traffic, and also my own personal branding that people are aware about what I'm trying to say, the storytelling that I brand myself and position myself. And when I started to invite people in, okay, actually when I started, I do invite certain number of people, but I realized that by inviting is like knocking their door of not trying to get into this group. So the other ways that I tackle to get members in the group is getting to connect with other Facebook group members and putting some values, posts or questions, or even certain areas that in the other Facebook group that people have been talking to get their attention to my own personal profile. When they see my own personal profile as someone with a certain niche, with a certain pain point that can answer all the questions, they will eventually get into your group because you advertise it on your personal profile.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the question is, do I solicit from other groups? Yes and no. Okay, maybe you want to talk about that, like the etiquette when you go other people's Facebook group, or I don't know how you gonna put this to them, like.
Yeah, no. Essentially, it's value first. Go ahead and tell your story and tell your story in a relevant group. And then yeah, again, you want to be careful with your calls to actions in these groups. Praise the group owner if you're going out to hunt in other groups. For group members. So praise the group owner. Make sure you have your personal profile optimized, so when they check you out, you have the link and below your featured photo and in your cover photo. Yeah, so you want to make sure when they first encounter you, like that first encounter is pivotal. They need to know, like literally have your elevator pitch in there, like people, like tell them who you serve and what problem you're solving for them when they join your community. So they have no question at all. And again, and that'll also clear people once they opt into your group, and they you have ways to segment them and make sure you're getting the right person in the group with the questions. And if you have them subscribe to your chatbot and you have like a welcome chatbot, that's another way you can segment them, and making sure you're getting the right people in the group. Other ways to grow your group. Again, if you already have an existing audience, make sure that you transfer them if you have them, or if you already have an audience on another platform. The biggest thing, honestly, that like sells the group the most is the algorithm. And if you keep your engagement up, then Facebook is going to favor you. They're going to put you in the suggestions bar on the side whenever they're in other relevant groups. you you want to make sure that your group title is, because I mean, I just hate to tell you, no one really cares about your brand when they are first trying to search for a solution to their problem. They're literally just typing a keyword. They're typing a keyword, whether it's digital marketing, whether it's baking, whether like you want, whatever you think, they're going to be searching. You want to include that in the title of your Facebook group. Again, Facebook's putting more power into that, because they're putting more power into group in general.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Honestly speaking, no matter how much member in the group is, how big it is, if you're not engaging enough, like every day trying to put something on your Facebook group, it's not going to work for you. You have
It's
to be a
not.
human being and talk to your members.
Show
As
your show your face. Show your face.
show your face, story tell, do live webinar like this to get engagement. Okay, there's these questions from Fazal Ahmad Zahir. He said that from my experience, it's easy to get members to pay, but it's difficult to retain them beyond 3 months. What are you selling, Fazal, on your group? Can you elaborate on that? And then Syed
Yeah,
say,
I mean, that's the biggest challenge. Yeah, you have to give people reasons to keep coming back. And again, like a lot goes into that. Like I said, their first encounter with your group, you have to make them feel like, you have to give them some sense of ownership of the group, for themselves. Like, give them opportunities to feature themselves, to promote their product or service. Encourage them on a consistent basis to ask questions. The other thing that's going to keep them around is if you are specifically speaking to their pain points, and you do this with asking for active feedback on a consistent basis, with polls, with surveys, with Q&As. If you're not speaking to their problem, there's no reason for them to stay, and once they leave, it's hard for them to come back. And a lot of people are also just, they have busy lives. So you want to I'm sorry.
Get their attention.
Exactly. Just so a lot of people have busy lives, and you want to constantly you want multiple ways to get in their face and to remind them of things that are happening in the group. You also want a consistent content calendar that people know, that people can follow in the back of their mind. They're like, oh wait, today's Tuesday. Today's the day that Mimi's doing an interview, or whatever. So if you have a consistent content calendar, then that's just another way for them, and you're clear on that. Then they know when to tune in for what. I mean, and again, that's what you want. You want them to tune in for live streams, because that ultimately gets the algorithm, pushes it out to more people.
Yep.
So the biggest thing to keep them coming back is just showing your face, making sure that that you're speaking to their pain points. Make sure you want to create culture in your group. Again, like you want to give them a sense of belonging. You want them to connect with your why. There are obviously there are obviously a bunch of niches, and there are like dozens of Facebook groups for the same niche. That's why you want to separate yourself by telling your story and why you are teaching what you're teaching. And then people don't just become members; they become fans again of your brand, and they connect with it. Again, that it's like with any other brand. Like the only reason why people buy Apple products is because they connect with their brand, and they become loyal. It's the same exact thing, with the intimacy in your group. So
exactly.
It's a long game. There are ways to build that know, like, and trust factor right off the bat when you have your profile, or when you have your group set up accurately. But but it's ultimately it's a long game. So
Yeah,
um,
long game. It's not a short-term kind of thing. Remember this, guys. If you want to create Facebook group, remember that all these that we are doing is for long term. It's not just for short term like Facebook ads when you want to get leads. Okay, so basically, okay, just now Connor mentioned about advertising on your own profile. So let me just show them like what am I trying to show on. Okay, you guys see on my personal profile, you have to be clear on what you are selling. On the introduction itself, can you see my screen by the way?
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so guys, remember, I mean, this is what I always tell people. It depends on if you're really pushing a product or service, then you can push people to like a website or a funnel or whatever. But again, your greatest asset is your group. You want to get people in your group, and then you can sell them on something. Facebook doesn't really like you pushing. They don't really like you putting like external links on your personal profile, but you can put external links in your group, and they won't care. So
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Back to the okay, to get the traffic so that people can go to your group. Sorry to cut you, but I
no, you're
think
good.
the first step is on your personal profile itself. You have to be clear on what you are trying to promote. Okay, what's your niche is. So on your profile, if you want to promote your Facebook group, just add one feature photo would do. Okay, you know there's 6 grid that you can add a featured photo. For me, I just put one because that particular one will appear just nice on your on a handphone screen, and I direct them to the Facebook group link. So this is how I advertise my Facebook group. So when people see my personal profile, straight away they see, oh, I have a community. So they will go to my group, and if they think raise up your brand is to what they want to learn, they will go to the group and check it out. And then back to the questions where Syed say, how about people who advertise their courses and etc. on your group where I always approve or decline? So Connor, do you have a say, like should we just make the members approve, like we don't need to always approve their posts, or should we just allow them to just to see the post first before approving? How do you go about this if you were to have a Facebook group to for the members?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, with my clients, we typically monitor the posts before they're put. Like that's why I highly recommend to recruit moderators for your group. Typically, like these are the people are your who are your big, who are your most loyal members, who are your founding members. Uh, just be like, hey, like, give them some kind of incentive. Like you're like, hey, you guys are in the group anyway. I'm gonna give you admin, moderator status in the group, and I would love for you guys to, based off the rules and everything, I would love you guys to control that for me. They can approve posts. They can remove posts. I mean, honestly, like you have a smaller group, so and I don't think many people are. I don't think you have much spam in your group. If you're just starting out, I would let people post, and then if it's not something you like, then you can just easily take it down, and kick them out of the group. I mean, that's why you want to make your rules very clear when in the description and in your pin post when people first come into your group.
Exactly. You have to put it in a clear air on your introduction exactly how your culture gonna be like on a Facebook group. And I personally agree with Connor that by putting the right guidelines before the members join is the first thing that the member gonna see before they join your group. So you have to clear up on your guidelines and questionnaire before they actually join your Facebook group. As for the approve and this decline post, to me, I think openly I don't agree with having posts that need to be approved every time. It is why you put a moderator to actually see what's going on in Facebook group.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. They're extremely valuable. So if we don't have any more specific questions, I want to dive back into just again different tactics on monetization. All right, guys. Again, if you're still with us, keep commenting below. Like
Give
let us
us
know if this stuff is making sense.
yeah,
And if you guys are still with us. So
say yes on the comment section if you think you are following us through. So we should approve their ads for a while after which we come up with some rules. No, say no. What we meant is that don't make your Facebook group as a billboard. You see, even before your group members start to put there, you have to have a certain culture and guidelines that they could understand how you run the Facebook group. If it's not related, of course, you should delete it straight away and notice those members who keep advertising on your Facebook group, and yeah, you can just block them away. Of course, those non-related issue, please do block them. Okay, great. So you want to continue?
yeah, yeah. Again, if you want to, I mean, it depends on like what kind of community you're building. But for the most part, like people don't like to come back to a group and be sold to every single day. To be honest, like there should be one like day set aside, one comment thread for you to allow people to promote whatever they want to promote, and then the rest should just be value. Like you want to make sure your value and your value lead gen ratio is heavily favored on the value side.
Correct.
Yeah, so like where people are, they have ads being thrown at them all throughout the wherever they go on the internet, they have some kind of ad in their face. And this is literally one of the few controlled environments on the internet that they feel safe, and that that they're not going to be victims of advertisements. So
Exactly. That is why the purpose for them wanting to join your group. Okay. Not when they join already another ads, another billboard kind of group that they are not supposed to look at.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a product, like again, if you have a product based Facebook group, like if you just want to if you just want to build an audience around a specific niche and have people promote their products and you're an affiliate for those products, if you want to just promote affiliate products, like that's a whole nother game. But but for the most part, again, I'm all about culture. I'm all about like so these communities, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm going to use that quote. Like the people trust you when they come into these groups. So they, again, like they trust you to not be selling something to them. If that's clear in your messaging when people first encounter your group and they know they're going to be sold and they're literally looking for a specific product in that group, whether it's like real estate or some kind of e-com or some kind of so just whatever product, like then obviously that's okay. But if you're trying to build like a really good audience, then yeah, just don't try to sell to them 24/7. Don't let other people post their offers and stuff in the group. So
yeah. Okay. How about a 1 month free trial before subscribing? You mean getting subscription from your Facebook group?
You mean charging people to be in your group?
Yeah, I think that's the question that he's trying to ask.
Okay, so I mean, for the model that works for so many people, again, you have to lead with value. Like when people first encounter you, they're not going to give you money to be in
Exactly.
it. Unless you already have a huge audience, like unless you're already like um unless you're already a big figure with an audience, and they're
Followers,
already, yeah, they're
correct.
already, if you're already a big influencer with a bunch of loyal followers, and you're like, hey, I'm starting this really tight knit community on Facebook, but you have to but to have exclusive access to, like, that's the only real scenario where I would be like, oh yeah, you have to charge people to be in your group. They basically, you have to lead with value, have a still have a closed group, because you want to be able to monitor like the people you're letting into your group, but you want to lead with value. And then as you, again, this is like the progression that people follow. Like once you find out like what they want to learn from you, then you teach it to them, through like a master class. You can charge them for a master class, something small, or a free webinar, and then keep learning what they need. Then you can craft a program around their biggest pain point, and then you can start a beta program, and then so where you take like, a select 10 to 20 people, that you're gonna teach this particular thing to, and then that will become your paid group. So a lot of people they have their free group,
Correct. And then
and then and then they have the members. Then they have like the official members group. So these are the people, these are the people that aren't just lurking around trying to like feel out whatever industry you're in. These are people like who want to learn from you and implement. Um,
exactly.
So that's kind of the trend I'm seeing. Once they release like their big product, their big program, then they create a members group for it. Or if you have like a product, once they buy into your product, like a lot of people who have SaaS companies, like Arnie, he has his group funnel software. Um,
Correct.
when people buy his software, then he has a special Facebook group for
Group
people for people who have bought that product, that software, and that basically is like a customer support area. So in that respect, those can be paid.
Yeah. So basically, to summarize on this matter about monetizing, is that at first you create your free group, okay, as many members as possible that goes around the group that you're trying to bring value to. And then as time goes by, when there's a lot of engagement and followers in that group, you start putting out your products by selling it. But when you sell it in a storytelling form and people already trust you, that's when those people who wants to learn from you and buy from you, you create another exclusive group, which is the paid members group. Yeah, so you don't juggle the paid members together with the free one, but you can always collaborate on the free one for people to be in that funnel. That is why there's process to it.
Sorry, I lost you for a second.
What I meant was, don't just sell. I mean, don't just sell on your free group, like suddenly just sell your product. People won't buy it. Like what you said, you have to first give value. So as the value starts growing and people start trusting you and people just demand for you to create a product, that's when the exclusive group is created for this paid membership and subscription.
Correct. I guess I want to cover Syed's latest question. Oh wait, I missed it.
Which question? You have a lot of questions.
Are there any specific questions that you wanted me to touch on?
Hold on. Hold on. Got it. I do have followers that trust me, and all of them are Malaysians. Do a poll.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for that.
Is that the question? The poll? The poll. Do a poll, like example, members, what kind of desserts would you like? Yeah, a poll is a sort of uh questions that you, yeah, to get engagement, to ask what your group member wants. Poll is one good idea for you to start.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like getting them to the bakery, just yeah, do a poll. Just be like, out of these, like, what are your favorites? Like, figure out what your best. It's like with any other product. Like, ask their audience what the best seller is, what they want the most, and then promote that. Promote deals on that. Like, oh, if you guys come in, if you can also like have you can have like a coupon or whatever, for that particular pastry or whatever that they want, and you can be like, hey, if you guys bring this in, or if you tag us, like, that's another way to get the word out for your group. You can be like, hey, tag us in a post on your own personal profile, and you'll receive a discount next time you come in, or give them an urgency factor. You can also promote like, hey, to come get more of whatever pastry you love. If you bring in this code, this particular code, then in the next, before this date, in the next like 7 days, then we'll hook you up. So that there are plenty of ways to give them incentive to come back to the bakery. Just a couple ideas I have.
Yeah, correct. Incentive, that's it. Free giveaway. I mean, people love free giveaway.
Yeah, free giveaways.
Okay, there's these questions. How do you find inspiration on what to post? I manage my Insta, Facebook page, as I have YouTube. So how would you organize the content to decide what and where to post on the group?
Yeah, I mean, so ways to get easy content. Again, where I always start is with my clients, is with market research. So again, once you like put a survey out, again, asking people what they want to learn. Same with the polls and everything. Get a list of questions of what they want to learn, and then you basically just want to you want to flip it to create a title. So again, if you ask people, if people are asking like, how do I get more engagement in my Facebook group? You literally make a title of a post that's saying 5 ways to boost your engagement in your Facebook group. So like that's the service I provide. I literally create like 100 headlines for group leaders, and they're specifically targeted. Like we know they're going to do well because it's answering exactly what they want. So that's a really good way to get ideas for engage. You want to do like easy engagement posts every day, just asking simple questions relevant to your industry. Make sure each post has a clear call to action to it. Again, something easy that they can comment below. Whatever question you're asking, make sure it's not like a broad, open-ended question. Make sure it's asking a very specific question that they can answer with a simple, like, 1 or 2 words. You can set up make Google Alerts. Google Alerts is very powerful. You basically put in whatever topic you're teaching in your group, and Google Alerts will give you the latest news in regards to that topic, or that in that industry, and it'll basically let you know whenever that happens, and then that you can provide that article in your group. You can talk about it. That's just another ways you can take advantage of it. Yeah. So again, you just want to make sure all of your content is solution is research based and solution driven. So
Exactly. Okay, I mean, it's really nice to see. I will take one more question, which is from Faisal. Can I ask how you retain or prevent members from dropping off after a few months? Retention is the biggest challenge. Maybe you could answer that and then we wrap it up because it's really been an hour.
yeah. Oh man, there's so much more I wanted to touch on, but again, I can send a copy of this out to anyone who showed up. I have a lot more notes that I wanted to share, but it's okay. I wanted to most importantly like get to your questions. So, um, yeah, I mean, again, we already kind of touched on this before, but again, it always comes back to not deviating from from the core message of your group. You always want to make sure always want to make sure you're getting the right people in your group, and you're speaking to that right person. You're speaking to that pain point, that problem, and you want to be getting active feedback on a consistent basis. Because if you're not giving them what they want, then why would they stick around? Again, another way is to I already touched on this, is to give them a sense of ownership of the group, putting up like quote unquote trade boards. So giving them a place where they can promote their product or service. Allowing members to share their expertise, to share their testimony. If you've helped them, if you've already helped them reach a certain goal, you want to give them a chance to tell their story, from basically when they had their problem and then they met you and joined your community and worked with you, and then the result they got from that. People love talking about themselves, so feature your group members, the ones who are most engaging. I like to do what Andrew Crozy does, called the casino experience. It's basically celebrating people's wins. Like, do a weekly award post where it has like a list of the top contributors, the top wins of anyone who's gotten a certain win by implementing what you've been teaching. Do a new member spotlight. So like you can any new member that you think that actually like does their intro in the pin post, which they should be, and like says where they're from, you can feature them again in this weekly award post. And then you can also include it in case you missed it. So basically, if you didn't tune in, here's an interview or a live training that we did earlier in the week. That's just another way to get people watching those again. And
Okay.
then, and then lastly, just giving them a sense of belonging. Again, they want to feel like they're a part of something, not just that they're an outsider coming in and lurking.
Exactly.
Encourage interaction within the group. Encourage everyone to help one another. You can do follow trains with via like follow trains on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Mimi does a good job of that. Make sure your group, make sure your mission is clear. Like one of my buddies' groups, his mission is to connect like-minded digital entrepreneurs and help them scale their business beyond 10K per month through Facebook groups, digital products, and the latest tactics. So just make sure people connect with the mission of your group. And then again, making sure that you have an optimized opt-in strategy.
Exactly.
You have an optimized opt-in strategy to get people on either your chatbot. Again, the chatbot is the biggest, is huge, because you can keep popping up in their worlds. You don't want to bother them too much, but once you lock them into your chatbot or your email list, that's another way you can keep following up with them. Like, the follow-up is huge too. So as long as you are consistently following up with the value that they want and need that they're asking for, then they're going to keep coming back on a consistent basis. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think we should wrap it up because it's really been an hour, and I appreciate those people who have tuned in until now to listen up. Connor. Okay. Yeah. You can comment on the comment below. Those whoever who have a current Facebook group right now wants Connor to audit. You can just comment on the comment and link to your Facebook group there.
so
Okay.
yeah. So who were the first three? I think it was Rosie, Syed.
Yeah, Rosie, Said, and Camila. But I didn't see Rosie coming in like on the live, but instead other people are coming in. But it's okay. Anyway, guys, another one more point
I'm
is
sorry.
that I didn't see Rosie coming in. That's the thing. But I think
Yeah,
the two most.
okay.
Can you hear me?
I'll have you determine that. Determine the first three people who locked in the audit in the previous post in my poll, and then like the first, if those three, if the top three showed up, then that's who I'll do the audit for. So just I'll let you decide who that is and let me know. Okay.
Okay, if you don't have a Facebook group, then start making one now because Connor only able to help you if you have a Facebook group. Okay, certainly for Facebook page is to another topic, but right now we are trying to concentrate on working on to building a community. That is why Facebook group is being promoted now. And another thing, maybe a last takeaway that I want to point it out is that be clear on the title of your Facebook group that you actually want people, the members, to be joining in, because that creates the SEO, the first thing that people search, and then people will find your group. So thank you
Yeah.
so much, Connor.
Yeah, no. So I wanted to say really quick. I'm going to provide, like, I have notes. I'll have I have a document that anyone can access. It basically, it's going to be a pretty general list of ways you can monetize your group. I wasn't able to touch on everything, so I want you guys to be able to have that to look over. So
Okay. Yep. So you guys can add Connor up. Just click on his profile. You can find him there. Get connected with him, because I honestly say this because he have audited my group and he is valuable when it comes to auditing the Facebook group. So get in touch with him if you want to make use of your community building in your Facebook group. Okay, I emphasize on this. I highly recommend to get Connor to audit your group if you have the chance to. Okay, because he have the skills to do it. So don't be shy, just add him up. And thank you so much, Connor, for joining in. I know it's like morning in Georgia. Am I right to say that?
yeah, in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It's a beautiful day, so I'm gonna get outside.
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time, and guys, thank you so much for putting up your questions and watching this live. Okay, we will see you in the next live training, and thank you again, Connor.
All right, thank you, Mimi. Take care, everyone.